Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here, and this is actually the second time I've been doing this video. Actually, the third time, because there's been some construction right next door in the new commercial building on 450 Bronte at the Green Life building. But what happened was the power cord sort of slipped out just enough so that it reset the computer. This is a desktop. I'm used to working on a laptop. So, anyways, enough about the sob story. Maybe it'll be a better video on the second round or the third round. So just like yesterday, what happened was the one on Steele's multi-million-dollar house mapped wrong, mapped in North York on Steele's Avenue West. Here's another thing that can happen is that they've put this listing in as a 1-bedroom plus one. As far as I can tell, it's a 3-bedroom. I know the model really well. I've sold many of them. 424 Bundy, $339 for a 2-story home with a basement, with a backyard. You just don't see them anymore. It's like seeing Bigfoot crawl across your computer screen. So I'm excited about this one. I think it's a really good opportunity. Maybe it's not perfect. It's on the older side of 10 years, which means that the roof, we've seen some roofs replaced in the neighborhood. Furnace and AC should last a little bit longer, but we have seen some homes that have had to replace those. Even the tile in here in the kitchen was actually an upgrade when they built these. I mean, someone probably paid like $140 when they first bought this one around the year 1999, 2000. But it looks like there's parquet floors. At least it's not that honey-colored parquet. It's a darker one. But the point is this is an incredible deal. We've seen this home sell for $360 in the last couple months, and even more than $360. And providing it's not a train wreck, and it's funny that this pops up at the same time because there's a train set by the window, then this one represents, I think, really, really strong value. 2 parking spaces in the driveway. It's going to go fast, so if you want to see it, we're at 905-693-9346. Parmentor's the next one. It's a brand new street, so get ready to live in some dirt. 1356 square feet. It's a woodbine model. I don't see a lot of upgrading in here, broadloom, carpet, that kind of stuff. So it leads me to believe that it's a little bit high on the price side. I think they're going to have a real tough time over $350 if it's a little bit more basic. So Livingston is $389. Townhouse with a finished basement, nice and close to the GO train, the library, the Center for the Arts, the rec center. Getting on the highway is not a big deal from this location. You probably save yourself the better part of 10 minutes compared to somebody who lives closer to the escarpment. That's your main floor right there. The kitchen seems like it doesn't have a lot of cabinets. It is pretty open concept though. And then you've got your finished basement. So given what else has sold and what else is for sale right now, I think this one, it fits in well. And I think the finished basement is something that there are people that do want that done, and it's finished and they don't need to do it themselves. So Holly is actually our listing. It's at $399, and it's an exciting one because I'd have to fact check this, but I'm pretty sure that this is the only double car garage under $400,000. So it doesn't really have a backyard. It's got the double garage with the patio above. It's a Bryn Mawr. It's 1733 square feet. This is on the main floor, so there's no basement level. It's all on concrete slab above ground. No leaky basements, which is kind of cool. But that's your main floor family room. So you could even convert this to a bedroom. You could have it as a nice little home office. I had a client who used this room as a fantastic place for daycare because it's separated from the rest of the house. And then on the main floor, there's also laundry plus the double car garage. Get up to the second floor, you start seeing living space. So there's a big family room here. There's also a little office off in the corner with a built-in desk and some built-in shelving. So that's a nice spot to hang out. And if you've got teenage kids, it's a place where it's still somewhat connected to the living area, so you can see what's going on the computer. You're not into those sort of privacy games. It's a nice open available space, but it can also be closed off and a little bit more private. Even putting a French door on wouldn't be a big deal. So kitchen is nice and big. There's a movable center island here. Granite countertops. You've got the nice backsplash. You've got some built-in bookshelves. The whole house is hardwood floors. There's not a speck of carpet. So if somebody has allergies, this one can be a really good home. and it's just got a lot of space. It's a good floor plan. That's from the back, so there's laneway access. There's the garage with the balcony above. I think it's a great opportunity. You can walk to Symposium, grab breakfast, lunch, or dinner there, grab a martini. It's a good location. It's close to everything. You're probably hearing some of the construction going on in the background, so I do apologize for that. Thompson is 414.9, so it's a 1,500 square foot Lynbrook model, and so there's hardwood floors here. You've got a separate dining room in the front, and then you've got family plus kitchen in the back. There is a finished basement. Kitchen's a little bit more plain. So the question that I ask when I look at this one from a value standpoint, they've done the 2-car side-by-side parking, and some of that is because when you're on Thompson, you can't park on the road. There's little cul-de-sac things that come off the main road. You can't park there because it's a fire hazard. So your guests, if these 2 parking spots are filled up, are going to have to park around the corner on one of the side streets and walk around and come visit you. So that can be a little bit annoying. The main thing with this one, the value hit for being on Thompson is probably between $5,000 and $10,000. Coincidentally, that's probably the value that's added by having a finished basement. So if you took those 2 factors and eliminated them and said, okay, if this home was on a regular street with the features it has without a finished basement, would it be worth $414.9? In my eyes, probably not. I've seen better stuff listed between $4 and $410. Although there was a good sale with a finished basement on Hepburn that just happened up in the 430s. So they could be looking at that and saying, based on that sale, we've made our adjustment for being on Thompson. So let's see what happens. It's not totally out of reach, but I think that they may just be a little bit on the high side. But we'll see what happens. So Gginbotham here is at 430. And it's interesting because I think that the home is very nice. It's not as tight as the other one that's on Gginbotham, the same model. It's 1,873 square feet. There's a separate room here, and when I talked about the other one on Gginbotham a few days ago, if you don't have use for this room, if it's just a nonsense room, it's not connected to the rest of the house, so it's kind of wasted space because you've got one big room here plus a big open concept kitchen, and they've done the moldings here, they've done the granite countertops in the kitchen. They've put the money in. This one actually is similar to the other one down the street for $10,000 more in terms of the money and the upgrades that they spent. But I just found that the way this one comes together versus the other one with the dark and the modern finishes and everything else, I find the other one shows a little bit better. But from a valuation standpoint, if you look at what this one has in it, it's actually a really good deal. So we'll see what happens with this one. It does face Bronte, so it's noisy, but the street itself, Gginbotham, is a pretty low traffic street in this part here. So let's see what happens. I think they're in the winning zone right now. Being 10,000 less than the other guys certainly helps them because it makes the decision easier. Being that they both have similar upgrades, the other one just I find presents a little bit better. Megan Way is 519, and so it's just over 2,000 square feet. No finished basement, regular lot. It's a reasonably quiet street. Some people cut through Megan Way to get from Ferguson over to Bennett. I do that actually when I'm dropping my daughter off at school. But hardwood staircase, you've got hardwood floors here. It's a very attractive, nice looking home. I didn't think it was priced at the point where it would get an offer so fast, like within hours of it being listed. But it's good. People love the main floor here. This version of the Shady Glen added a 4th bedroom. They made a bigger ensuite bathroom, more closet space. So there's just all the things that were wrong with the Shady Glen one, they managed to fix in this version. And they've got some nice landscaping in the back there too. So it's a real turnkey home, ready to go. There's homes that are a little bit smaller with finished basements that have been selling for around this price. You know what? The 4-bedroom probably helped them as well. Wilmot is 614.9. 51 by 100 feet is a nice size property. It has a finished basement. It's more than 2,500 square feet. It looks like there's hardwood on both levels, including the master and second bedroom. California shutters, stainless steel appliances, so it looks like it's got the right size, plus a finished basement, plus some upgrades to lead me to believe that $614 seems like a fair price without seeing the rest of the photos, because there's just the front photo. And the last one is Valley View. It's at $734.9, and so it's on the north part of Valley View. It backs onto the ravine. It's got a pool in the back, so ravine plus pool is a real value surge, and it's very high in demand. Privacy plus the pool is amazing. The kitchen's had some renovations. There are some parts of this home that I would think most people would want to do some work. Double car garage. It's a side split. It's got a lot of space to it. It's a very big home. The basement, they say there's a $25,000 wet bar, but the basement kind of feels dark, and I don't know if it's very inviting, but it's a very quiet street, and being that it's got some of those features you just can't find anywhere else, it's I could see somebody falling in love with this one. And the property's great. You don't see many 80-foot properties anymore, so 80 feet right across the front. But I think most buyers that are going to walk into this one are going to want to spend some more money above and beyond that, in which case, is it justified? So that's the list for today. If you want to see anything, especially that first one on Bundy, definitely give us a call or reach out by email. We'd be glad to help you. Stay safe and just make good decisions, and go through a proven process of being an educated buyer that's really going to help you save money and time, and just have a better experience buying a home. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow with more Milton Daily Homes.